Hello and welcome to this Robocraft 2 Let's Build video. I am going to build a TIE fighter. I was starting to think about doing a more relaxed kind of build, not a meta build, and landed on a TIE fighter because I think it would be really cool, and also I think it's possible. I want to make something that flies and it also kind of looks really cool. I also kind of want it functional. What I mean by that is that it's not just a cosmetic build where I put cubes together to look like a TIE fighter. It should be possible to kind of enter multiplayer games with it, and maybe not kind of compete with the really good robots, but at least fly around, have some fun, on pair with the starter robots or something like that, the ones you kind of get as a reward for unlocking the tech ladder here. And because of that, I want it functional. I had to actually calculate how much I got for the actual kind of model. And I feel it really helps to kind of put down all the things that you need to see how much CPU you will have left here for armor later. So let's actually start with that. For a more competitive drone, I would use 5 anti-gravity cubes and also 10 small thrusters. Let's just put them down here. 9, 10, and the pilot seat. We also need for the weapons, we need aiming hinge, aiming axle, or aiming axle and aiming hinge. We need the weapons. They're on a different CPU, so they don't really compete with the CPU we need for the armor. But as you can see here, we got very little CPU for armor here, and I simply don't think this is enough to kind of achieve the level of detail I want. So we need to have we need some compromises, or make some compromise. Sorry for my English. English is not my first language. So let's remove an anti-gravity cube here, and I think I will have to settle for 4 thrusters instead of 5 on each side. How many anti-gravity cubes you got here kind of affects the flight, how close to the flight ceiling you can get. And the amount of thrusters affect acceleration. Yeah, also anti-gravity cubes affect how fast you reach that flight ceiling. So less you have, the slower you increase in altitude. Now I found this 3D model online of a TIE Fighter Advanced, and this is the one I am going to try to make. I think it's really good because you have these thicker rods towards the shields, and also the shields are kind of not as massive compared to the central cockpit as an ordinary TIE fighter, but you have those thicker rods here that I think I can kind of hide thrusters inside of, and then I will put the pilot seat and the anti-gravity cubes inside of the central cockpit here. I feel what kind of will make or break the build is if I manage to do the window. So I experimented with kind of a bunch of designs and came up with one that I will show you now. I am going to lock the camera so I can kind of speed up. You can lock it with, well, it depends what your keys are, how you configure your keys, but I lock it with X so I can kind of speed up this and still make it watchable. Okay, you can kind of see the front window taking shape now. I'm going to add the last parts here around the sides. Oh. We don't really have anything that fits here, so I will stretch something let's see, how big is this? 3. So we'll have to not do this very CPU efficiently, but I don't think there's any other way. So let's stretch something to 2 by 3, copy it here, and paste it in here. And we also will have the same problem down here, and then we have 2 by 2, which was also kind of a rod. 4, and let's see, like this. And it will fit there, and it will fit here. And I think there we go. And to kind of give like the feeling here, I don't want to kind of fill all these gaps out so that like the black gets all the way out here, both because it will cost a lot of CPU, and I kind of also like that it's kind of, I'd rather have like the black being the black inside the cockpit and kind of imagine there being glass here. Now this is not, oh, I should actually save this. I haven't saved. Let's save. Like this, and we call it high advanced maybe, and then 1. Yeah, so if we compare this with a model, you can see here that the windows are not structured the same way. It has kind of a central rod up here, straight down there and towards the sides. It's just that I couldn't make it work. Not with the size I was working with, while still kind of maintaining the octagon shape in the center. So I kind of had to work around it and go for kind of a different design that I hope will kind of convey the same feeling. I also couldn't kind of make like the 3D shapes. I ended up with a kind of a flat shape instead. So like with the way you can stretch cubes in the game, it's simply not kind of possible, at least not with the form factor or like making it this small, to stretch rods in like both sideways like this and forward. You don't have the cubes necessary at the present. They might add it later, but right now they don't have it in game. Okay, I think it's time to start like with using mirror mode, because that will save a bunch of time. So I kind of want to centralize this build like this, and then activate mirror mode. Here we go. Yeah, it's kind of, the mirror line is in the correct place. Let's start working on the cockpit. The good thing with actually having like the window here is I can kind of base everything from that window. And if we want to work with round shapes, the half double slice is actually really good for that. You will see just in a moment here, like this. It fits like a glove, right? Very few cubes actually kind of fits this diagonal shape like this while leaning at the same time, and also leaving kind of a lot of space here. So I think that's really great. We of course need the same thing down here, so let's just make some temporary scaffolding cubes like this, and try to measure where we'll start it. This one is this the same level? Yeah, kind of. All right, so that should be it. And half double sliced again, and I think there is the correct place, right? Yeah, it was. Okay. Right, that's nice. So I think we'll start with the roof now and try to get kind of a nice rounded shape. And I got like an idea for that, like this. And then we use this wedge here and the little tetra there. I think this looks rather nice. I'm going to lock the camera again while trying to finish this so I can speed it up in editing afterwards. Like, let's maybe lock it here. Should that work? Yeah, I think so. So the roof is done and I'm kind of happy with it. So since we need the same shape below, I think I'll just copy and paste this to below, so to speak. Let's provide some scaffolding here. You can see this little circle here. That's where the attachment point will be. That little circle with arrows around. So I kind of want it in the front section, so I have something to kind of attach it with. And now I should be able to kind of put it here. Okay, so I don't have an attachment point there. I kind of need to have an attachment point a bit further in. Just create some extra cube here, just to have something to paste it on. And there we go. Floor done. Let's remove this. And start working on the sides here. So now I can do the kind of back and the sides quite easily. Like this is just going to sit here as well. So I think I'll just copy paste like this cube to put on the other side to not have to create as much scaffolding. Let's remove mirror mode for a second here. Don't need this. And where is it going to attach? In there. So I need attachment point kind of inwards like this maybe. Yeah, that should work. And we want this one to sit like this, right? No, actually it was sitting one out, so it has to sit even further out, right? Okay, so maybe scaffolding would have indeed been faster. Is this correct now? Yeah, it is. No, it's not. Like this side is correct. I doubt this side is though. This side too. Okay. We'll have to, with F you can kind of mirror a cube, so it kind of, so it should be like this, right? Yeah, now we got it right. I think we're gonna add like the black in between the window as well. That would kind of also show us how much space kind of we have in this direction towards here to work with. Let's add some floor here. Yeah, all right. So normally I would make kind of a strong frontal armor, but I don't think we can afford it. Like the reason is because in air-to-air fights you tend to take a lot of shots from the front. But I want kind of some protection, so we are going to use like the middle material and at least like 1 cube thick. That was 2 cubes thick, like this. I think we can. Otherwise I kind of have to revert and just make it thinner later. Let's put this one, oh, like this maybe. Yeah, that would work. There we go. And here as well. Like this is a lot more CPU. I could like exchange this for just one single one. I guess in the end, if I run out of CPU or need more CPU, I know where to kind of grab it. That makes the lower level here thinner because I won't be worried. There's nothing really that's going to be on the floor because I think like the anti-gravity cubes will be up here. The pilot seat will be like horizontal placed here. So there will be kind of nothing really to protect here. So let's make that a bit thinner. Oh, it won't really give me attachment points here. So let's just do like this instead. Copy paste. We'll have some attachment points here. Yeah, that works. Let's put on mirror mode again. Is that correct? Yeah. Okay, that's nice, and there we go. And we can remove this one, and let's see to get kind of a feeling here for how it looks. Yeah, I think this looks nice. I still can do a lot like work with texturing with the materials and coloring, but I think we're off to a great start. Let's kind of do the back walls and kind of close this in order to kind of see what we got to work with in terms of placing pilot seat and anti-gravity cubes. Oh, actually, I'm lacking these ones up here. So I will kind of try to fill out the rest of the cockpit now, or the walls of the cockpit to see what we got to work with. So let's grab these ones. I think I can kind of, oh, I need an attachment points here as well. But I think I can kind of paste these ones here. So this should be like this, right? Yeah. Okay, so we got that solved. Let's put some, let's put mirror mode on and create some walls here in the back. And here as well. So these spaces are not exactly 3 or 4 wide, so I will have to create some special cubes to accommodate what I want there. Like this should work, and then I have 2 by 3 there. I'll create that out of this. And then we need an attachment point for that. This works. And I actually feel like I can copy paste it over here as well. Let's remove these ones, that one, and see if I can grab a copy here. Do I have the attachment points correct? No, I don't. If I move one towards the side, yeah, that will do. Okay, so copy here, paste there, and paste here, and paste here. And now let's color all of this gray to kind of get a feeling for it. This looks nice. So my idea is to fit the anti-gravity cubes here. Let's actually save. Oh, failed due to block collision. So something of what I just pasted there must have not ended up where it's supposed to. So let's copy paste now without using mirror mode, because mirror mode copying pasting, like I think it's the ones here in the middle, that this one that caused the trouble. But yeah, it's kind of fast copy pasting without mirror mode as well. So when you kind of paste something that is kind of centralized, it seems to kind of not really like it. Oh, here as well. So my idea is to put the anti-gravity cubes here. So let's grab them from here. Let's remove these ones. And put it up here. We got a little bit of room here where we can kind of adjust it later depending on weight distribution. Let's see, I could have put mirror mode back on by now, but let's just go with these ones in the roof like this. And the pilot seat I plan to put here. Like it won't fit, since the pilot seat is 7 high. 5, 6, 7, so it won't fit in this direction, but it should fit horizontally here. We can kind of create an attachment point here for it. Oh, that was supposed to be kind of 1 wide. Right, so let's remove it from here. So the back of the pilot seat is a bit like heavier than the front side. So I kind of want it shifted towards the right hand side. So you can see here it's shifted towards the right hand side to kind of have somewhat of an equal weight distribution. Let's connect this one to, I can also kind of move it upwards, but I want this like center of weight as low as possible, so that's why I kind of pushed it down. But if I need to shift it more towards like the left hand side, I will have to move it up a little, but there's room for it. Now we can actually connect the anti-gravity cubes here. So we do that by pressing E. I am also going to remove all these thrusters. I'll put them there later again just to know how much I got to work with, but I kind of want to test this in game now and see that it floats. Okay, so this part was apparently not connected to anything, so it kind of fell off, which means we can't enter the pilot seat. So we have to kind of put something in between here, like these ones are attached to the sides, but this one isn't, all right. I wonder if like, no, the lower part here is not connected either, right? We'll have to solve that. So if I put thicker blocks here, that should solve the problem. Like this one will connect here, and then we need like 2 by 3 here. Okay, so I moved the anti-gravity cube a tiny bit forward to fit a thicker block here. And the idea is that this will connect to the roof. I'll remove the scaffolding here as well. Let's try again. Okay, it didn't fall apart. I forgot to connect this anti-gravity cube, so now it's on. But it flies. We have a flying cockpit with a window. That kind of looks nice, I think. So now I will do the arms, and I don't think like I can get this diagonal kind of inclination here, as well as kind of the rounded shape on the sides. So the sides have to be a bit flatter where this connects. But I will experiment with a bit of different versions and then kind of show what I came up with. I kind of have an idea how to kind of make this work. I kind of failed a few times as well with stuff I didn't really like. Oh, I should put... Is mirror mode on? No, it's not. All right. Maybe mirror mode will save me a lot of time here. Let's put that one on. Like this. Now it should be on. Yeah, it is. All right. So the way I kind of do this is I record stuff. I build something. If I don't like it, like a section, if I don't like it, I kind of revert to where I was the last time I liked it. And you kind of get to see the version I was happy with. So if I'm not happy with this I'm building right now, you're never going to see it. I will delete it and start over. But I kind of think I have like an idea now that actually will work and kind of give me the desired result. So like 8, like not having it 9 wide is a good shape because like a lot of, then max you can stretch, this is 8, right? But the total here with this 9 is the maximum width you can stretch a cube, so that if I need something that goes all the way from here outwards, I won't have to overlap with several cubes, so that will hopefully save me CPU, right? Let's do the same structure down here as well. Doesn't mirror in 4 dimensions, only 2, or 3 dimensions, only 2, like dup dup, not up and down as well. And I kind of want like this, let me show you on the model. So I kind of want this detail in. It won't be exactly like this, but something that kind of conveys the same idea or the same feeling, right? And it's going to sit here, so, and I think that's very much possible, right? And I think the double half sliced is again the cube that will make this possible. Let's see, let's use it like this. You can see this is such a useful cubes for making like cool shapes. Now we got that inclination here, so it narrows towards the end. It's not pointy here, but kind of didn't work out with that. Let's create some more scaffolding cubes here. I think like for when it comes to cubes and making aesthetical builds, I think this is by far my favorite cube. So I kind of have to think about like keeping this low weight. So I could use this cube here. That's the tetra, right? But I think it will work with the double sliced as well, and that will weight less. So if I do like this, you see, it's a little bit goes inward there. That will make it weight less in the end. And then we need the tetra here, like this. And like this. This is nice, I think. Okay, I think this kind of conveys the correct feeling. Even though it's not exactly the same, it still has kind of the level of like a little bit of detail, so that's nice. So we also kind of have to finish it towards the backhand side, but I can't just mirror it because we are going to kind of fit the thrusters inside and also kind of make this shape here going out towards the back. So I am going to kind of work my way backwards. It's going to be like 3 wide here. Oh, it has to go down 2 as well. So the question is like I can do 4 here. That's let's see, like this maybe. I want to have plenty of space here for the thrusters as well as keeping this one kind of rather light. This. Yeah, that looks all right. Let's copy this one. Can I find some good points here for that? Like this maybe? Yeah, that copied exactly the part I needed. Okay, I managed. So the copy paste tool is good, but you kind of have to sometimes do some workarounds. So I feel like inside here is plenty of space for thrusters. Let's remove this scaffolding here. Oh, I forgot to disable mirror mode or enable mirror mode. Here we go, mirror mode again. So we could put them kind of in a row here. So we need attachment points like in the roof and in the floor. If it's 3 high, that's enough. So we'll see like what's the best way for that. this. Oh, that's nice, that's nice. Okay, and it should be 3 wide, like this. And we'll do the same in the floor. So let's put the small thrusters in. Let's see, I kind of want it further in here. I wonder if it's possible, this cube may be possible to exchange for something that actually kind of use even less space. Look, half double sliced to our rescue again. I tell you, this cube is amazing. Like, even the same kind of feeling outside. So the same kind of shape outside, but more place inside. And look here. Look, fits like a glove. All right, so let's add the rest. I want them on kind of a nice even line here. I'm connecting this one towards the roof. Yeah, that's nice. Kind of alternating upwards, and oh, this one is going like one more in. There we go. Because you can pack them closer that way. Okay, so I need some type of attachment point here. So I created this kind of small rods, and I'm going to paste them up here and down here. Actually, I'm not going to paste them down here because we only need attachment points up there, and we need to be conservative with our CPU. So that we'll have to do. Small thruster, and this one should work somewhere inside here, I hope. Is those still on the line? Yeah, perfect. Okay, let's actually do logic to make this fly now. No need for mirror mode here. Easy flyer logic. Take the sign mat block here. We take forward, backward to all of these. And then to go left, right, we take the right one to all of these on the right hand side. To turn right and to turn left, we have to connect the left right output to the sign block here, or switch sign, and to all of the thrusters. There we go. Let's again jump into test mode. So here we are, flying about. There's no point really to try to balance this craft by shifting around how the anti-gravity cubes are sitting yet, because there's so much mass left to add that will kind of shift center of mass of the craft itself, right? I decided to actually start with this shape first because it kind of will give me the dimensions for these shapes. So I think they will be easier to get right if I just kind of make this part first. So let's see, try to get that shape here in the back, like this. Running dangerously low here, but I'll worry about that later. We'll see. Worst case scenario, I have to remove thrusters, but I hope it doesn't get to that. Let's see, this one here, I don't know, like, again, trying to keep it light, so we just make a plate there. It doesn't matter, that's just visually, it should be all right here. I think this is okay, right? Oh, like this, and then we should have, let's see if I made this correctly. 1, 2, 3 here, and I should be able to now grab this one here. Let's turn off mirror mode, since that if you paste something in the dead center with mirror mode, that we learned earlier that can kind of make mirror mode try to put cubes on top of each other, and then you won't be able to save. So I kind of feel like I should create better attachment points for stuff for the pilot seat and anti-gravity cubes, but I'm not really I'm not sure yet that they will sit in exactly that spot. Like the thrusters, they can only sit in one spot or they won't fit. But in here I might kind of rearrange stuff. Okay, let's see. Will have to be 9 long, because if I make it kind of longer, that will cost too much CPU, I think. So just kind of from a CPU perspective. 9 is the number here. Kind of have an idea how I want to do this. Let's mirror mode again. So my idea here is actually that I can fit some anti-gravity cubes inside of this. If I need to kind of lift from the front towards the back, I can always kind of steal one of these ones and put in here to kind of lift up the back if the back becomes too heavy once I added all the shields and stuff. So I think that will work great. I should seal this off, but I actually not yet, because if I need to do something inside. Now I got the measurements, so we can kind of try to make this somewhat rounded shape here. First I have to kind of try to connect this neatly, and that triangle probably goes here. Let's see. All right, it fits. So you got this nice connection here. Let's just do the same up there. Yeah, that looks nice. So this connection here is kind of 4 wide, so let's connect like something that is 4 by 9. I don't have connection points in here, so let's just connect it towards the side. These ones are not actually attached yet, so we'll have to work on getting those ones attached to the rest of the craft at some point. But for now, this should work. Can kind of put this one on top of this here, and down here. Remove these ones. So I need to close this off as well, but I'm going to be really cheap on cubes here. I just one, and then I got some attachment points here. Let's do like this. Take a rod. This, and we'll have one over here and one over here, and then we'll add some more stuff here, just making the wing a bit wider. Like I can't use one segment here because this one is just one more than the rest. I kind of want it to go here. Let's see. I kind of got an idea here. Like I don't mind it going in a little bit here, because if we look at the actual model, kind of this little detail here, so it's totally fine that it doesn't really fit like all the way up to the edge there. So like kind of the rest of this build, this will not be like a one-to-one copy, because that's simply not possible, but hopefully like stuff will feel correctly, if you know what I mean. So like this one goes up 9 like this, and we'll do the same down below here. Press F to mirror the cube so it goes in the other direction. We have this nice here. Here we need something kind of to block off this little area here, and I actually think we'll remove these ones and then just do kind of another shape here, like this maybe. Oh wait, this one should, so like, all right, like this. Do we have enough connection points here? I think we do. All right. Okay, need connection points here. All right, and this one should now fit like this. Oh, like this, and like this, and I can go in from this side and remove the scaffolding here. So now there should be enough for the exhausts out here. This area is a bit empty. I might have to add, actually, like I see some improvement I can do here. How big is this area? Ooh, Yeah, all right, that's a lot better. And we add some connections as well. So I really like that. Let's see, let's do like this. And we can do the same up here. Okay, so I exchanged those 2 small plates, 4 small plates with 2 big ones, which also adds like better connection. I think overall structural integrity. We got this nice shape here. I can see that I probably did not have mirror mode when I pasted those, so I will have to do that again. We still have this one sitting here though, so I can just grab this one. Make sure I have mirror mode turned off, and I will paste this one here and here. All right. I think this actually starts to look really nice now. It's getting there. I have to start doing, like, I think we should do the shields to kind of know where we're at CPU wise before adding any more detail. So the shields have kind of these hexagon attachment points here. So I think we'll put those on the outside of our structure here. There's also kind of a bunch of cool detail here I wish I have like enough CPU for. But yeah, let's start with the shields. So a temporary attachment points here, and let's just add something like this. All right, so I think this is all right. We'll add more detail again if we can afford it. I kind of doubt that. It's rather that I will kind of have to figure out how to save some CPU towards the end. So let's start with the panels. And if you wonder like why I start exactly where I do and the size of them, it's because it's not the first time I'm making this panel. Like I said earlier, like you only get to see kind of the versions where I succeed. You don't get to see my attempts that failed. And it will all come together, I promise you, even though it's right now might not... Fuck. So it's time to start with the panels, and if you wonder how I know exactly where to start, it's because it's not the first time I'm doing this. Kind of failed a bunch of times as well, and like not getting the result I wanted. So I kind of have a rather clear idea now. I think this is the time I'll succeed. Like if you don't get to see this footage, it's because I didn't succeed this time either. Because then I will be cutting it out. Let's see, 7 here. I might have to kind of speed up the process here for it to not be like in the footage, but it has to be watchable as well, I guess, if I do that, so I can't speed it up too much, or rather lock the camera. It's kind of hard to make this with these ones with kind of locked camera. Let's see, we got black here, or like this there, and like the gray areas around here. I will kind of work with the other shades of gray later because it should be a lot lighter than this. Then we need some more panels out here, so like 9 and 7, and a bigger panel here like this. Can I drag it down here? Yeah, okay, so 9 and 7, and we also need those rows below. Let's see here. 9, 7. All right. Oh shit. Okay, removed scaffolding. Still have this little cube we can use here. And we got like a big panel here, and now we're going to make it the leaning parts as well. So on the model itself, the shields kind of lean inwards quite a lot, but I don't think that will be possible. So the problem if we kind of stretch cubes like these ones, those are the only ones we can really use for these panels, like this. they are going to be extremely heavy because they're thick. And it's also not going to look good. If you use a kind of a ton of small objects like this after each other upwards, it's going to be extremely expensive in CPU, so that's not viable either. So I'm going to make kind of a compromise here to make it actually work. So I am going to use this one first. So I want this line to kind of continue upwards, and I will have to use this one as like going to be stretched like 4 by 4, I think. And I need to find connection points for this one. Okay, there we go. And this one's sitting here, and then we grab ourselves. So the reason I created kind of a lot of scaffolding cubes here that I will later remove is that a lot of these cubes have kind of attachment points that are sitting kind of outside of the actual cube's attachment. So this one black, this one gray, that looks good. I think that continues the panels. Copy pasting this element here so I don't have to do it again. Let's see. Okay, so this panel should be smaller. There we go. And this is 4 by 4, so again stretching a rod here, or a diagonal post. Okay, we got that one here. So removing the scaffolding. Can remove the guns here, we don't really need those there. Okay, so we need to kind of attach these parts below as well. Going to cut and paste this one. There will go there, right? It's like this. So cut and paste is extremely useful. Let's at least for doing like rather mirrored build like this. Okay, so that's not correct. Is this correct? Oh, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, I also kind of want to put the guns here because I want to know how much like CPU I got to work with. So let's do that. So normally on a competitive type of flyer, I would use the 2x2 size. You can change size here because it adds more stability. But I want to keep this a bit lighter, and also I want it centralized, so I'm going to use the 1x1 despite it being a bit more wobbly. Put the aiming hinge here. I don't want them to aim unless I actually sit in the craft, so they don't wobble around there. And let's put the guns here, and there's a little trick where you can kind of fit 2 guns even on this single little aiming hinge. Let's do that here. So the trick is you put kind of some scaffolding cubes towards the side here, and then you can kind of put them like this, right? See, they overlap with 1 cube. Okay, there's time to add some stuff up here as well, so I can kind of continue these gray lines up here. Alright, I'm running dangerously low on CPU here. I will have to do some stuff to save CPU, I think. Yeah, that will be alright. Okay, we got the upper part of the shield done. Let's do the lower part the same way. Okay, I put them the ones below as well, and notice we're now above CPU limit. So now comes the fun part of trying to figure out like how I can actually save CPU on this one. I think I have one idea here. No one will really notice this, right? Like the front part, but I can kind of save CPU in the back part here. And let's just replace this one with like something like this instead. That's all right. Now we actually have kind of what looks like a TIE fighter. Let's take it into test mode. Okay, this is way too heavy. I do get off the ground, but I mean, it's barely. I can also see that I need to shift some of the lift towards the back. So I'm going to start by kind of shifting a bunch of material to lighter material. So I kind of got rid of the Ladium because I'm not going to use Ladium anywhere in this build. So I have two different textures of light material. And I shifted kind of a bunch of the material to lighter. It's still a bit heavy, but at least it gets off the ground a lot easier now. So it's actually flyable. Turns rather nice, but way too heavy in the back. So I kind of have an idea now how to make this build a bit better and get some extra CPU for better attachment points, better detailing and stuff like that. We'll sacrifice some forward acceleration for better lift. That will also save us some CPU. So what I will do here is I will get rid of these ones. Then I don't actually need this either. So that's 2 CPU more. And then we just place another anti-grav cube somewhere, let's see, in here, like there maybe. Connect this one to the pilot seat. There we go. You can see now I have suddenly 30 CPU. Let's bring it into test mode again. Okay, also hanging a lot nicer in the air, increasing in height quite nicely. It's not the fastest to turn, but I think it still turns like a decent speed. It was still a bit heavy in the rear end, so I think I will have to move the anti-gravity cubes backwards. Like maybe I can grab this one. Actually, when I'm at it, I should improve kind of the connection for the pilot seat. Like this is not a good connection. So something like maybe this could do. Yeah. Should probably put something in the back here as well to close this off. So like this, and then we can take a little rod here. That's nice. What else? Oh, looking at the model, since we have some CPU left over, you see there are these black panels on the outside, but not on the inside. So I think I will solve that. That should be possible. So the way I will do this is actually layer kind of several cubes in the same space. We can use these ones like this, because if we have put these ones here, we can actually put another one outside in that occupies kind of the same space here, which means we can have, without making it thicker, we can have kind of a different color on the outside and on the inside. You will see very soon what I mean here. Now the problem is, of course, to kind of make that attachment here, because it's hard to get the camera angle in here. So instead, what I'm going to do is kind of just copy and paste the ones I got here. I should be able to do like this maybe. And there and up here. Oh, did I only grab one of them? Yeah, it should be a bit longer here, like this. Got those there. And then put these ones kind of like this. I should be able to put this one here. And we'll make it the light material again. We remove this kind of scaffolding cube there. And there, and now we also have to go on the inside and change material, because now that's double layered. And now we can make this one gray and this one black. Before I forget it, I should actually add some extra bit of logic, because I kind of really like to single target fire guns. Let's put this one further below. Can we lower this one? No, we can't. Okay, so put this one here. Move this one over here so we have some more space. Add a timer. I actually made like a video about this logic, but a comment below the YouTube video kind of led me to discover a more efficient way of doing this, kind of led me on the correct way. But yeah, I want to be able to kind of single target fire these ones instead of having zoom. So I'm going to remove these ones here. This will be a small logic here. Take fire to, where's my gun? There, okay. Left and right mouse button to different guns. And then from the left mouse button, also back to the timer here. To start it, and it will reset and also stop. That is the important thing, that it will also stop the timer. We'll set the timer to 0.2 and then end it to the other gun, the gun with the going from the right hand side one. Which one was that? It's hard to see with all the logic here. Yeah, it's over here, right? That's the right hand side one. All right, let's see if this works the way I hope for it to work. So wait, the way I used to do that type of logic for single and dual fire and switching in between them, use 10 CPU, 1, 1, yeah, that works just fine. And dual fire with a little bit of delay. Yeah, this works just like a charm. Oh yeah, I planned to kind of attach these things here. So let's check out this model. They go almost all the way forward, and then they have the panel in the back. Let's use the media material so it stands out a bit more there, and let's do some little measurement here, 2 down, and then like should go kind of almost all the way back, I think. And then we used to like maybe this. And I think that added some. We also had those small little lights here. And I think we can make those from this kind of. Is this a good place? Is that too small? Or is it? Let's do those red. Oh, not those. Those. Yeah, that's okay. I don't know. Yeah, I should probably add them here as well. Like this. 3 CPU left. So they had like panels here, right? I can add a bit of panels here, like this. So I think that's kind of what we can do with that. Let's do some work with colors and textures here. So I got like 1 CPU left. I'm just gonna add like a little detail here because I don't really know what to make of it. So there we go, like a little lid there in the back. So I'm kind of starting to get happy with the colors, kind of a lot of shades of gray. I made kind of a little reddish coloring to the front window here. These are not completely black, but rather like this darker shade of gray. Also made the standard gray here a bit different in terms of tone. So I will finish this build by adding lights inside. I think that will be really nice. The way kind of lights work in Robocraft is that they kind of reflects on surfaces. So you don't really see the light other than where it hits a surface. But it's also not stopped by surfaces. So you can kind of hide lights inside of your robot, right? So what I'm going to do is find a way inside. And I experimented a bit off camera, so to speak, with different positions. And I think I got like a really nice thing going with putting some here. Let's close this off again. And there we go. Lights up both here. It lights up the front window. This I probably should do like, no, maybe the black was nice here. Yeah. Anyway, I think it lights up really nicely. It also kind of lights up around the engines here. So we got a working TIE fighter now. I definitely wouldn't kind of try to fly inside of buildings with it, but I think it works rather well. So I kind of want to take this one into multiplayer and see what I can do against other players. Oh, I can fight this one. It's slow. It's like Luke Skywalker with a lightsaber. No chance against the dark side. I find your lack of faith disturbing. The Emperor will show you the true nature of the Force. He is your master now. Oh no. Good, good. Let the hate flow through you. Oh no. That actually looks kind of cool damage as well. How it breaks apart. All I'm surrounded by is fear and soon to be dead men. There we go. Oh man. The Emperor is not as forgiving as I am. Don't make me destroy you. There is no escape. Other than actually ripping me to pieces, I guess. Now we're just a little pilot chair here. Hup! Haha! Alright.